you don't know me on fuck. Guys. Back-to-back days reactions. We're reacting to videos again, okay? I don't stop. I'm not gonna leave you guys, okay? And also, let me know what you guys think about the camera being up here, though. Kind of like a little different thing I've been testing out for my life. But have you guys ever wondered what your body fat percentage looks like? Like I tested my body fat about like 2 years ago, and I was like at 12.8. And yeah, I'm not really sure how much I'm at right now. Probably like 11, because I did get a little leaner and stronger ever since. So probably things have changed. But this is gonna be a visual representation of what every body percentage looks like.
Do you know your body fat percentage? Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess 21.
17.
15?
That's my
People
drift.
don't know their body fat percentage.
Well, you know,
Some
I was
people think
recording this
they're
like a
way
second
leaner
ago, and
than
then
they are.
fucking stopped recording.
That was a little bit higher than I thought.
Others are harder on themselves than they should be and find out they're closer to their goals than they realize.
Hell yeah.
And if you look up what different body fat percentages look like online, you won't find much help, because if the numbers aren't completely made up, they're taken from less accurate measurements like calipers or handheld devices. And that confusion matters, because your body fat percentage not only shapes how you look, it can also impact your health, sleep, performance, and how you feel about yourself. So in this video, I'm gonna take you through the full range, from 50% body fat all the way down to 5%, using real-life people that I measured myself. We'll not only see what each level looks like, but we'll also hear about what it feels like to live at each level. I'll also show you where the average male and female lands. So as we go, try to figure out where you fall and where you'd like to be, depending on your own goals.
So there's like a lot of body percentage. These two people right here, middle body percentage. I mean, I feel like I will kind of fall more into like the middle of these two guys. I'll say so myself. Yeah, I think that's all right.
Strength,
Pretty
health,
accurate.
or physique. This is
50%.
Joe. He's a
Woo!
36-year-old dad.
Joe!
Before I show you his exact body fat percentage, this is what his life is like day to day.
I had low testosterone. Like my free testosterone was like 90, 90. It kind of like
Damn,
made sense
Joe.
of like my
Low
lack of motivation,
test.
my lack of ambition.
Fuck!
On bioelectrical impedance,
Just get on like
BIA,
HK or like
Joe came in at
some
50.7%
like drugs that
body fat,
college students
and
be
on
taking
DEXA,
nowadays.
he was 45.3%.
So your body
This
fat
is
percentage
not health
was
advice
45.3.
whatsoever.
No way.
That's lower than you thought.
That's actually,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. I mean, it's bad, but like,
He said he wants to get that down to 25%.
Less than
by the end of the
50%,
year,
so that's not-
and I'm gonna
that
help
ain't
keep him
horrible.
accountable with that.
You want to get down to
He said he
what?
wants to get that down to 25% by the end of the year, and I'm going to help keep him accountable with that.
So you need to be
What day is today?
around 100 kilos.
Bro, in a month and a
that's
half,
120
gang?
pounds.
Sheesh.
If you want
It's like
some
November
accountability, we're here.
Yeah.
We can get you back in a year from now and see where you're at.
Okay, and this is Alexis. She's a 19-year-old university student, and she said that day to day, she feels pretty good.
What's your
Yeah,
energy
Alexis
like
looks
in the gym?
healthy.
Do you feel good?
In the gym, honestly, yeah. I love going
Yeah.
to the gym.
Alexis measured at 47.2% on BIA.
Alexis goes to the gym?
48.2% on DEXA. And she told me that while she feels fine and doesn't struggle much in terms of day-to-day activities, for her long-term health, she does want to get down to a lower but still sustainable body fat percentage.
I want to go back to where I was like comfortable and confident like every single day leaving my
Yeah.
house. I spent my first year at university and it was not a good time. I was eating a lot. I feel like my body has changed so much over the last year. Like I almost don't
I'm
recognize
cooked.
myself. That's probably the like
I'm
toughest thing.
cooked.
Not
Fuck.
everyone at this level had the same goal, though. This is Daniel, and he had one of the coolest motivations for losing weight that I've ever heard.
I want to skydive.
You want to skydive?
Yeah, I want to do.
Okay, that's a new one.
Daniel, I do not mean to be this guy, bro. But I'm gonna be the one gonna break it to you. Skydive is out of the picture right now. You have 8 in the picture. So we're just gonna look past this. We're gonna move on from this. We're not gonna think about it too much, and we're just gonna focus on our health. Because right now, we cannot skydive. You're putting our life and the pilot's life in danger. Even the person that gotta jump with you, bro. I would not. Oh my god, imagine. I would
I have
not.
not heard that before.
No, do not
The weight
support
limit
this
for
right now.
skydiving is 220 to 240
Daniel.
pounds. So over the next year, I'm going to help him get there.
Let's give you like a
Honestly,
year
yeah, 220 you might be
or
good,
3
Daniel, but
months,
right now,
all
370,
You're gonna
brother?
Come back here, get on the DEXA.
How does
stand,
one reach
and then
that
you're gonna
weight,
book your
bro?
skydive,
I've been
right?
struggling to get past
I'm not
160.
doing it with you though.
Every day I'm going
I'm
down
scared of heights.
more.
scared
I'm
of
at
heights.
155
I will film
now.
you, though.
For long-term
Doesn't
weight
even
loss,
make sense.
having a purpose that speaks to you is crucial. especially if you want to lose a lot of weight, which can feel overwhelming. You need to have a good reason for why you want to do it.
What is?
Yeah, you gotta something
is
gotta like
fueling
wake
this?
you up every
Like, I've
morning.
got 2 children. Like I've got a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. My boy's 5.
Kids is always
And,
a good
his
motivation.
sole purpose is to like beat me up. That's like straight up it. He wants to be stronger than me. He wants to beat me up.
And you just can't let him do that.
Exactly. And for as long as possible.
Okay, that's
So-
a good goal. I like that.
Just beat up your son.
Yeah.
And because weight loss often takes longer than people realize, a lot of people
Oh shit. Okay, so damn. I mean, damn. That's some
do
pretty high
struggle with
numbers
staying
right there.
motivated. A lot
I
of
didn't
people
know that's what
want
50% looked like
motivation.
though.
And the thing is,
I would have honestly, I didn't even know what was the most you could have of body fat. Like I thought it ranged from like 0 to 100, but I guess 50% it's very hard to get past 50%. I feel like.
Comes and goes, right? And
You know?
the key to be able to run on that is to get the habit set up. So it's just like brushing your teeth, right? Like it becomes something you do. You build that trust in yourself over time that you're gonna actually execute on those habits.
while speaking with people at this level, I realized that even simple day-to-day activities can be a struggle.
I'm always tired. Like I'm not like I want to sleep all day, but like I'm always fatigued.
This is the heaviest I've ever been. It always feels like
Yeah,
a battle.
imagine like going from the
Lose
bathroom
weight
to your
and then I
room
would,
and back
like,
to the
gain it back
bathroom.
and then some.
Or no, from your room to the
shoes
bathroom
is
and back
like-
to your room.
It's just
And
uncomfortable.
you're ready to take a
I
nap for
never
6
really
days.
care so
Fuck.
much about my appearance, just about the things I can do if I was not as big.
And what I found most interesting was that they
Yeah.
assumed that if they could just get down to the leanest level,
Oh shit. Oh, okay. So this brother right there is super lean. Oh my god, I thought that was like his transformation or something. Oh, God. I was gonna say, bro, this man just did a 360 on me. What the hell? When was this video recorded? But oh yeah, this looks pretty lean. This is probably like 12%.
like single digits body fat, their
No,
exhaustion,
yeah, maybe
energy
not. Yeah, that's
crashes,
gotta be
and trouble
lower. Like
sleeping
probably like.
would all go away.
I'm pretty sure I would.
Yeah,
feel a
that's
lot better.
definitely lower. What the fuck am I talking
this.
about?
Right?
But interestingly, as
Probably
you'll
like
see,
6%.
if you go too far in the other direction, these exact same issues come back around again. In fact, if you get super lean, it can get really bad.
I know
can't
my
be
body
too
is fine.
lean.
I just can't get to sleep. And when you're that lean, it's like the wind blows and you're awake and you're not getting back to sleep.
And a little later, I'll show you just how bad things can get at the very leanest level. Because, unfortunately, an incident occurred between 2 subjects after filming
Roy's Rage.
that might have had something to do with mood
Yeah, but why would that be the freaking title of the TikTok video? Roy's Rage, bro? Are we serious?
changes that can come with extreme levels of leanness.
Why is it the title of the video?
First, before we see what 40% looks like, I want you to take a guess at what body fat percentage
average-
the average man is and what body fat percentage the average woman is in the United States.
I
Don't
wanna
show you by skipping
assume
ahead.
some-
I'll show you
somewhere
that a
around
little later,
27%.
so lock your guesses in. What
27,
body fat percentage
26%.
The average man and the average woman in the US. Okay, this is Himanish.
Probably
He
somewhere
measured
around
in at 40.7% body fat on BIA and 37.2% on DEXA. And keep in mind, these numbers are very accurate. DEXA is often considered the reference standard for body composition in exercise science research and
You know
in
what's so
clinical
crazy
practice.
about this? Like,
It's
like
very
you
precise.
kind of
And
see the
2020
difference between like the
review
10%.
suggested that DEXA and
You know?
MRI are actually comparably accurate for measuring body fat. And when combined with BIA, what I'm going to show you has tighter control and higher precision than most published exercise science studies, and it's going to be way more reliable than the online body fat charts that are out there, which use way less accurate tools and sometimes pure eyeballing, which can be way off, especially if there are differences in lighting.
Yeah, I
In this
think it
video,
look like
I'm going to show you
about like
exactly what each level looks
15%.
like under the exact same lighting. Okay,
This is a
so
good guess,
compared
you
to
know.
50%, you can see that at 40%, the waistline is down, the overall physique is leaner, but overall, body fat distribution is still similar. And this is Katie. She's a nurse who just became a personal trainer herself, and she measured in at 37.6% on DEXA and 40.3% on BIA. 40% body fat on women can look very different from person to person, depending on how much muscle they have and their individual body shape.
Wait, what?
If we compare a male at 40%,
Hold on.
and she measured in at 37.6%
Okay, she's
on
5'3".
DEXA and 40.3% on BIA. 40% body fat on women can look very different from person to person, depending on how much muscle they
Yeah, it
have
gotta-
and their individual body shape.
What do you guys
Compare
think?
a male at 40% to a female at 40%.
Yeah, she looks a
you can
little
see
more
that the female
healthier.
looks relatively leaner. That's because women store about 10 to 12% more essential fat than men, so 40% on a woman is visually more like 28 to 30% on a man. Men also tend to store more body fat around their stomach, lower back, and neck, while women tend to store more body fat around their hips and thighs. This is in part because estrogen promotes fat storage in the lower body, while testosterone promotes more visceral fat storage around the organs and midsection. That's a trend that'll continue at every body fat level. At 40%, how you feel day to day varies a lot from person to person too. Katie said that overall, she feels pretty good, has high energy, and her strength is solid, while Matthew, who came in at 43.8%, said that he does struggle with sleeping, and even some simple tasks like putting on his shoes can be difficult.
I definitely feel it with
seriously at 40%.
Diagnosed with it, but I know.
Damn, bro. But bro, I feel like the moment you realize like, yo, I can even pull my shoe.
What shoes
that's gotta be the switch. You know, it's gonna be like,
take my shoes off.
Can't fucking put my shoe on. Okay.
Just like pop my
We must fix something soon.
At 40% body fat, men typically have
Like
a higher
tonight
risk of
soon.
cardiovascular disease and metabolic issues. But for women, the risk isn't as elevated. In both cases, though, exercising and eating a healthy diet can do a lot more than you'd think. Even if weight loss isn't occurring right away, research shows that exercise can still significantly improve your health, strength, and mental well-being. And if earlier you guessed that the average body fat percentage for an American woman is around 40%, you'd be pretty much right. Based on 2017 to 2018
for a woman, I thought it was
data,
for men
the
and
average
women.
American woman is about 39% body fat.
Wow.
Okay, now we're down to 30% body fat, and this is where things really start to change.
Yeah.
This is Septarshi, and
More
he's
leaner,
30.1%
more
by
healthier,
DIA and 33.3%
more
on
Peter.
DEXA.
Your total body fat percentage is 33%.
Okay.
All right.
Not bad.
Keep in mind, 30% can look quite different depending on your structure and how much muscle you
Yeah,
have.
because this doesn't even look
Septarshi measured in
like
at
obese.
33.3%, and Greg measured in at 32.5% on the DEXA, so almost exactly the same. But
Yeah.
Septarshi had 97 pounds of lean mass, and Greg had 150 pounds of lean mass. At this level, how much muscle you carry can have a big impact on how you look.
Yeah, but the other guy does look
Body fat
leaner
percentage,
though.
had very different reactions. I feel like you were really disappointed and you were not.
30% is what some people would call the dad bod look. Assuming you lift weights, you should see some visible muscle outline in your arms and legs, but you're not quite lean enough to see a whole lot of detail or separation.
No
But
abs.
Assuming you sleep well,
But there's a
eat
chest
healthy, and
somewhere there.
exercise, your energy levels should be pretty solid, and your performance in the gym should be good too.
I almost like the way I look a little bit with the fat on.
Yeah, hey,
It gives me the size, right?
I actually like that look too.
But if you don't have those healthy lifestyle habits, 30% can definitely feel uncomfortable.
I guess
And
his
for
dream
men,
was to look like a
30%
dad,
is
and
still above what most
I'm happy he accomplished it, you know?
would consider optimal
That's what's
for
up.
long-term health.
he did his thing.
Earlier, you guessed that the average American male was 30% body fat.
Septarshi?
You'd be pretty close.
How the hell his
Based on
parents came up with
2017 to
that?
2018 data, the average American
That's
male is
interesting.
about 27% body fat.
I got it right on the dot. What the fuck? I literally said it. The average man will be like around 27 point. Well, no, I didn't say point nothing. 27% or like 26. Yeah.
So if you're a man with 30% body fat,
It's okay,
you
guys.
land right here. About 40% of men have a body fat percentage
It's okay.
higher than you. And about 60% of men have a body fat percentage at or below you. So if you're at this level and you'd like a smart nutrition,
pretty
app
solid
that
level
coach you
to be
a
at.
leaner physique, try out Macrofactor. I'm a part owner. We've got over 400,000 users, and I'll put a link to a 2-week free trial in the description box below. Okay, so this is what 30% body fat looks like on a male.
Macrofactor?
And this is what 30% body fat looks like on a female. This is Brecken, and she measured at 28.4% body fat on DEXA and 28.2%
That's 30%?
body
Bro,
fat on
what?
DIA.
Oh no, that's 28%. But like, bro, she does not look big at all.
Just a little under 30%. According to
Oh,
the
well,
American
this is the
College of
first girl
Sports
we've seen.
Medicine,
I was comparing
this
her to
is
the
a
one that was
healthy and
40%.
sustainable body composition for a lot of women.
Your body fat percentage, 28.0.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so you're obviously squarely within the healthy range.
Once you account for female essential fat, 30% on a woman is about the same as 20% on a man.
Right.
Your energy levels
Or like
and performance in the
18%
gym
on a guy.
tend to be
So
great.
that's really
I
healthy.
wake up with a lot of energy, especially compared to my partner who I live with.
And 30% on a woman is leaner than most people realize.
I just feel like we hear
It is, like,
15
way
and,
leaner,
push
like,
to low numbers all the time.
I would have
Because
thought she
someone
was
would
in
be
the
like, oh, you look
tens.
amazing, but they wouldn't think like
20s at
20%.
most.
They're
Well,
on Google,
20s.
too. They're so different.
Low
like, it
20s.
shows 30%, and I'm like, that is not anything. that I
Agree.
think.
Exactly. That's why I want to do this, to give people like an updated standard.
In the USA, if you're 30% body fat as a female, suddenly only about 10% of women are leaner than you, and about 90% of women have a
That's
higher body
crazy.
fat.
Only
We're just
10% of
past the
women
halfway
are-
point on our journey from 50% all the way down to
Wow.
5% body fat.
That's
And here,
crazy.
At 20%, we're really starting to lean out. Based on my time on the internet, most people seem to think that a male at 20% body fat looks something like this. But it actually looks like this. This is Jay, and he came in at 20.8% body fat on DEXA and 18.6% on
20,
BIA.
damn,
So,
20.
yeah, really close to 20%. And you'll notice once again that even at the same body fat percentage, your look can vary quite a bit depending on your bone structure and muscle mass. Nicholas,
Yeah, they
came
do
in
look
at
kind of
19%
different.
on
Nicholas
DEXA,
looks a little bit
but
more like,
because he's
you know,
shorter and he
there's some
carries more
abs
muscle,
showing. There's
his
something coming in.
20% looks quite a bit different from Jay's 20%. And I'm shorter than both of them, and 20% on me looked like this. Last year, I bulked up to 20.6,
This is the same guy?
both of them.
Nigga, what the hell? He looks like a little mini McGregor, and now he went from
20%
mini
on me
McGregor to this?
Looked like this. Last year, I
Wow.
bulked up to 20.6% body fat, and this was my physique. You see, just because you're 20% doesn't mean
Okay, I'm kind of scared to bulk up now. I don't want to look that fat.
you're gonna look or feel like someone else at 20%. We all have different genetic set ranges where our bodies are most comfortable. 20% body fat for me actually feels too high. I felt sluggish and bloated. For me, my body's a lot more comfortable and performs better in the 10 to 15 zone. But that comfortable set range is highly genetic, and it's a little different for everyone. For some
Okay, yeah,
men,
'cause
it's a bit higher.
I'm looking at
say
12, and I do
20
not
to
look like that
25%.
at all.
If they try to get below 20%, they start to feel hungry, depleted, and low energy. In that case, I think maintaining a slightly higher level at around 20% is actually smart, so you avoid constant yo-yo dieting. Assuming you lift weights at
Right.
20% body fat, your arms and shoulders will have some noticeable definition. And under good lighting, you should even see the outline of your abs when you flex them. For men, research shows that this can be a sustainable and healthy
That's
body
good.
composition
You know,
for
if the
most
abs are showing, the
Most
bitch is
people, energy levels and
going,
performance in the gym should be really
the
solid.
vibes
And
is
if you're 20% body fat, probably leaner than
blowing.
you think. Only about 12% of men are leaner
Yo,
than
low
this
key?
in the US.
Manny
if you
Shakespeare?
get 20% body fat,
Hold on,
you're actually
hold on.
in a very small group. And for women, this is what 20% body fat looks like. This is Christina, who's been training consistently for over 10 years, and she measured at 21.4% on DEXA, 17.5% on
20%?
BIA. Here, you can definitely see visible muscle shape and more definition through the midsection. For some, this level of body fat will be lower than where your body is comfortable. For others,
She doesn't
this
look
can be healthy.
that
and
much
sustainable.
different than the
You
girl
are.
at 30%.
18.3% body fat.
Thinking like that for her is like 10% for a dude.
But given that 20% is where a lot of pro female athletes sit, I was a little surprised to see that some women still thought 20% was a bit too high.
No, like I just,
Yeah,
I
cool.
want to look cut. Like I want to look like, oh my god, like she's jacked.
Yes, you do. You actually do. I don't know if you know that or not.
Remember, 20% on a female is closer to 10% on a male.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Here's
bro,
the
a man
thing.
at
If you're a
10%.
woman, you have 20% body fat in the US, less than 1% of the female population is leaner than you. Actually, only about 2% of women in the United States have a body fat percentage under 25. So unless you're genetically very lean,
Wow.
or you want to maintain a certain level of leanness for your sport, this is about as lean as most women can realistically sustain and hold while
Yeah.
still feeling healthy.
They did my
and
boy
performing
wrong.
optimally.
They put it right next to her. She looks good
Now we're
and
down to
stuff.
15%
He looks like he
body
just happy to be there.
This is where things get interesting. This is my friend Shamar, who's lost 25 pounds since the last time I saw him, and he came in at 15.3% on DEXA, 15.4% on BIA.
So
At
we're
this
not-
level, you can see clear muscle separation, even
Yeah.
some vascularity, especially in the biceps and forearms. Your abs will be clearly visible, even under average lighting, but I still wouldn't call this extreme leanness. I actually think most men should be able to maintain this level of leanness year-round as long as you train hard and you pay attention to your diet. It'll take some discipline, but it's realistic. That said, if you have a genetically higher body fat set range, you may notice hunger creeping
I
in
want to
around
know what's
this
my
level.
genetic
So if you're trying
body
to
fat
maintain
range.
15%
Like, am
body
I
fat,
on good
you will
pace?
need to pay attention to your food
How do I know
environment.
that? How do I
There
ever
are
find
processed,
that
delicious
out?
foods around the house, you'll probably quickly snack your way up to 20%. Your gym performance and strength should be really good at this level, and most people shouldn't have to suffer too much to get there. But you might be surprised. If you're coming from a higher level of body fat, hitting 15% might take some serious dedication.
15.6.
15.6, man. Okay.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
The DEXA is the ego killer.
Yeah. I'm doing more than the average bear to be low body fat. So
But let me ask you, are you happy with your physique?
Yes,
Yeah,
overall I'm happy
yeah,
with that. Make
yeah.
a lot of progress.
And your performance?
Yep, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I feel fine. And
Well, then
chill.
that's enough, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Still, if you have more muscle mass and you're genetically
Bro.
leaner, you might be able to cruise down to 15%
I just
without much struggle.
Thought about
I feel way better.
Yeah.
I'm 25 pounds down.
Yeah,
Focus for-
25?
Yeah, I'm too. My abs
Chickens.
are better. My
Yeah.
clarity's better.
Here's what I think. I think it's because you've taken your time.
Yeah.
You crash
Very
diet.
slow.
You're still training super hard.
Yeah,
And you have a lot of muscle.
yeah.
You know, so when you get rid of the fat surrounding you, you actually look bigger.
I look bigger.
You do look bigger.
No, you look bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like I look bigger.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens.
Regardless, 15% is leaner than you think. Only about 2% of American men.
And I'm in
below
that
this level
2%
of
though,
body fat.
so
And for women,
y'all be safe.
15% looks like this. Meet Vanessa.
So a
She's
woman at
currently
10% is like 0% body fat for a man, then me, right?
for a High Rocks competition, which is a hybrid event that combines running and various exercise
Isn't
stations.
that what it kind of
She
means?
came in at 15.7% body fat on DEXA, 14.8% on BIA. And like I said, since women need about 10 to 12% body fat just for basic survival needs, this level of leanness is typically only seen in serious athletes
Wow.
preparing for a specific event. For a lot of women, this is where things.
But do you
can start
guys
to
see
take a
like
negative
any
turn,
like
especially if you're
difference?
sustaining this
Like,
level of
how do you guys
leanness
feel
for a long
about this
period of time?
percentage?
Your hunger hormones can
I
increase.
feel like 30% is just
energy can
perfect
drop
for a
off,
woman.
and you may lose your menstrual cycle. Staying this lean for years can also cause bone mineral loss and gut issues.
How's your hormonal health?
It's sensitive. I don't want to put extra stress on my system.
Okay.
Otherwise, my period will get kind of wonky or like my sleep will get kind of messed up.
That said, there definitely is a fraction
What
of
the
women
hell?
who seem to do fine at this level.
They'll lose their
during
periods
maintenance.
if they're
Still,
lean.
For most women, 15% will be low, and sitting closer to 20% is going to feel healthier and more sustainable for long-term health.
Yeah, 20 to
And
30.
I don't know. I think this is cool. Two of these people are the exact same body fat percentage, which goes to show that just because you have the same number as someone else doesn't necessarily mean you're going to look like them.
Also,
I saw
it is
a YouTube personality, the
two
weight that
different-
she
it's a
was
woman
aiming
and a
for,
guy.
said
It's
was
obviously gonna
sustainable
look
for
different,
her was
brother.
way too light compared
She's
to me,
like
but because we were
5%.
the same height and
What
like,
a-
had
like,
similar
if a
goals,
guy was
I, like,
5%,
looked at her and was like,
cut, he
"That's
would look
what
like
I
her."
should do." But it wasn't
Right?
sustainable or
That's how the
safe
math
for
goes?
me to do that.
Even if you're the same height, weight, and body fat percentage, you can still have drastically different metabolisms from someone else.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone truly.
You know, that is
their
kind of
own
crazy though.
Unique person.
Well, so that's just how
and you have to
that's how like
figure out
everybody's like
what will make
percentage
most
looks
sense.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's most sustainable?
Exactly.
Okay, at this point, we've gone from 50% body
Okay, so this is what everything looks like from 50 to 15%. Honestly, I feel like for women, like that, the best perfect, it will be I also like 30. But as a dude, yeah, 50% looks
body
smooth.
fat all the way down to.
Oh, there's
12%.
more.
This is Jimmy, and he came in at 12.1% on DEXA, 13.8% on BIA. And
Whoa.
as you can see, this is a very, very fit look. At this level, most men will have a fully defined six-pack with just
Yeah, I'm so confused, bro. How can I not see bro's abs? And he's like at what, 12%?
a little fat covering the lower abdominals and a little fat left on the lower back. But at 12%, you should be lean enough to see some visible striations, especially when you flex under good lighting.
I want people to appreciate like this is a true 12% physique.
For most men, your performance will still be
You
solid
got like
at
what,
the
like,
gym, but
bro, how many
beyond,
abs does he have?
Most men won't be able to maintain this
4?
level of leanness without some serious discipline. You'll most likely need to track your calories or follow a meal plan. Most men won't just sit here without some active dietary restriction.
Yeah,
Some
honestly,
men will be able to maintain
bro,
12%.
I've been trying to like keep track of my macros and all that for like the past week or like at least my calories.
Constantly dieting. 12% body
I literally
fat
lose
is
track of this thing
much leaner than
every
people
day.
realize. In fact, a recent data
Not
report
every
of over
week, not once a
9,000
month,
American
every
men
day I
revealed
lose
just
track.
how many people are actually below 12% body fat.
How many out of the 9,000 do you think were under 12% body fat?
200.
Maybe 500.
500?
500.
9,000 people, 400 people.
One person.
What?
Well, I was about to say 100.
Oh my
Isn't that crazy? So it goes to show like how lean that really is when you compare it to the general population, right?
One
Women,
person out of
12% is
9,000
virtually
people.
unheard of outside of bodybuilding stages. At this level, you're just about down to only having essential body fat left. Performance enhancing
Oh my
drugs are
God.
just needed to get this lean, and even then, strength and energy in the gym will almost always take a hit. Chances are,
What
personally
like
thinking
what
about
drives somebody
body
to
shape.
like get their body fat so low?
Chocolate.
Oh, she's a pro bodybuilder. Well,
I thought I was buying like a small bag of like chocolate chips, but then
Oh, yeah, I
ordered,
guess
like,
that,
a
but-
really large bag.
Okay.
And I like craving them, and I was just like, handful and like ate them, and I'm like, I don't even know why I did that.
You
guess
are,
it's
you
that.
are like me. That has literally been me the last week with chocolate chips on oatmeal.
She's a pro bodybuilder, hoping to get back on stage soon, and she came in at 12.2% body fat on DEXA, 14.
But I don't know, like me personally, like I wonder who ends up like dating women like this. How does that come about? Who goes to the gym and says, "Damn, you bad as fuck. I'm gonna go talk, bro." Like, what? I'll be intimidated. Like, she could probably pick me up and fold me like a pretzel. Like, that is not somebody I would want to argue with in the bed.
7 on BIA.
So I'm just kind of like,
Everything could change. You can say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Grab me.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungry.
And I don't want to tell you what would happen next, okay?
Okay.
Well, the possibilities are there.
50%, we've got a couple levels of leanness left to go, and it gets pretty intense.
Bro,
For men
somebody's
at around
5% in this
10% body
video?
fat, I've got 3 different examples. Nicholas came in at 10.5%, Ali at 9.0, and my latest DEXA also came back at 9.0% body fat. At this level, your abs will be clearly defined, and you should have visible separation in all the heads of any given muscle. In all 3 of us, you can see a clear outline of the different heads of the triceps.
Oh, nah, yeah. Honestly, this is not the type of person I gotta get to, but I gotta get stronger, though. Because I feel like I am here, but just now
noticeable
with the
striations through our chest and
now with
shoulders.
the weight.
At 9 or 10%, your midsection will be pretty ripped, and there shouldn't be any noticeable pouches of fat anywhere on your back or legs. Here I am at 9%, and you can see clear
So
separation.
he looks like a little
between
mini
all the heads of
Pekka,
the
bro.
quads and feathering in my back and hamstrings. 9% is very lean. I was even surprised that Ollie clocked in at 9% because his arms look so shredded and vascular. I honestly expected him to be closer to 7 or 8%. But that's the thing. 9 to 10% is leaner than people think. The fitness community
I gotta get below
10%.
10
is the healthy, not too lean sweet spot that men should aim for.
You can get all the definition that you want and still have performance capabilities.
I need to check my
without
body fat.
sacrificing quality of your life.
But I'm not sure that's true. Getting down to or just below 10% body fat usually requires
So
a
look,
lot
this is what
more
I'm gonna
sacrifice
bulk
than
up
many people are willing
and then
to
get
make.
down
For
to,
the vast
bro,
majority of
doesn't even
men,
make sense though.
10%
Why would I even bulk up then? I'm so confused because if I bulk up, right, all the way to like 20% and then get down to 10%, how would I keep the body looking like big?
probably simply won't be sustainable without some serious
I don't understand how
dietary
this math
restriction
works out
and
here.
highly disciplined training. I do this as a career. I think I'm genetically leaner than most people, and getting to 10% was harder than I expected. But genetics are huge, and some people can maintain 10% body fat without any major issues, for sure.
How do you feel day to day?
Great, honestly. Like this would probably be my my default.
Really, the fact that you are performing well, you're feeling good, your energy is good at that percentage. Okay, this is good, healthy percentage for you, right?
This is the power of genetics, but that's the thing. I think most guys who actually do get to or just
Yo, there's
below
a guy
10%
here that has
are
a
usually
5% body
genetically leaner,
fat.
and so they can hold it a lot more easily. Then those guys make the suggestion that that's the sustainable sweet spot, not realizing that most people will have to struggle to get there, and for them, it may not be worth it. So unless you have really good genetics, you most likely won't just end up.
Honestly, I think I got pretty good genetics.
It's certainly an
Honestly,
achievable goal.
I
but
think I
for
got
most
pretty good
people,
genetics.
It will be a challenge, and it will
Or to
require
get, like,
some serious
lean?
dietary structure. Oh, and for women, most research cites 10% body fat as the leanest level biologically possible. So I do not recommend getting to this level unless you're doing it for a short-term competitive purpose. Ideally, under the supervision of a coach.
She's
or a medical
10%
professional.
body fat?
But I did manage to find a couple examples. AJ is a professional bikini competitor, and her DEXA scan came back at
Yeah, but why her shoulders like look so like big?
I have never seen this in my life. 9.9.
But this level of body fat.
So she's
doesn't
like
come without
0%
serious
of a
side
man?
It feels terrible. It's so bad. If I brush my hair,
How?
the hair comes out. I haven't had a period in quite a long time. My last period might have been May. I know it's gonna take a while to get it back.
Gia is also a national level competitor,
May?
and she came back even leaner, 9.1% body fat. Absolutely.
Okay,
mind-blowing.
but Gia look like a
But
bad bitch,
again,
though, so I
these are
don't.
very
She can
short-term
stay
things
there.
that I wouldn't recommend outside of very
we'll be
serious
fine.
competitive contexts.
You got fucking
Weeks
Hulk
ago,
shoulders
I
out
started
here.
to notice like a significant dip
Mhm.
in my energy levels to the point where I would stand up and I'd be like, whoa. And just like walking up the stairs or just walking because like it felt like such a chore.
Yeah.
And food cravings at this level are
Yeah.
usually absolutely out of control.
That's the thing
I
too.
went
Like,
out
if you
for
don't have enough body fat, then you
sushi.
don't have
I
enough
think I had, like,
energy. But if you
4 or 5
have
rolls of
too much
sushi
body fat, then you
and
have
5 guys
too much
plus
energy. This
fries,
could be overwhelming
plus
too.
eat that
So
entire day, your body's
this just
metabolizing
fucking
it
sucks.
so quickly. But like, the more you eat, the more your body wants food. So
Giving you extreme health risks of going in.
But imagine you're eating like a burger and then you take a bite, you gotta give
it,
put it back.
Women, but there's still 2 levels left for men. And the last level.
Oh, there's no more levels left for women?
Okay, 8% body fat is what I would consider shredded. This is Luke. He's a professional natural physique competitor 2 weeks out from his competition. And his body fat came back at 8.4% on DEXA, 9.5% on BIA. At this level of leanness, you'll have clear, deep striations.
That's
all your
fucking
muscle.
wild.
Usually the only muscle not fully striated at 8% body fat is your
Honestly,
glutes.
me personally, I don't even think I would
That may
want to
sound
get
awesome,
that
and
lean.
you
Like
do look
probably for like
super ripped,
a couple
but
months.
If you are willing to make the sacrifices necessary to get here, you're still
But
gonna
then,
have to
yeah,
deal with
then you
some
gotta like
side effects.
sacrifice so much. You gotta
Testosterone
like,
usually starts to drop off simply because your body is sending every signal to just go find some food. No time for reproduction, you need to eat. No time for sleep, you need to eat. You might be thinking about food all day and night.
If you could
yeah.
have
So
one cheat
I ain't
meal
trying to be
right
like
now, what
out
would
here
it be?
struggling with my test, bro. Come on.
I didn't even have to think.
Now, while there may be a few extreme genetic outliers who can get here without any serious discomfort, the vast majority of men will only be able to sustain this level of leanness for a short period of time.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Can you start reciting that backwards for me, starting at G?
Dude, I couldn't do that even if I wanted.
But do you find that you have like brain fog, like you can't always get the words you want and that kind of thing?
Big time.
Yeah.
I'm running in like slow motion at all times. The littlest of things can annoy me and agitate me so much.
If you want to get to 8% body fat,
Yeah. So what's even the point of being at 8% body fat? You're gonna be mad the one time a day,
healthier
bro.
way to do it as a
Like, okay, I look good, but at what fucking
don't diet
cost?
Too quickly, prioritize nutrient-dense whole foods, and try to keep your cool. But it can get tricky after the diet is over. That's because your body is constantly screaming at you to eat more, and so a lot of men will quickly rebound and
Okay, yo, I'm back.
over where they were before they even started. That's why I don't usually
that's
recommend getting to
8%. I mean,
single-digit
yeah, that's
body
8%
fat
body fat.
unless you have a really good reason for it and a solid plan for after the
Kinda
diet
crazy,
is
right?
over. But there's still
You know the
one level
women,
left to go.
the lowest
People
women
don't
can
realize
get
to
is 10%.
5%. That's like a next level kind of
Like,
dieting.
I personally think it's impossible for most men without enhancement.
Nah,
It's very
like-
hard because it drives the muscle up and so you get the percentage down.
just
Okay, so we started
genetically.
at 50%, and now we're all the way down to 5% body fat. This is Lachlan.
Oh, this is
and
the
he's
5%,
3 weeks out
dude.
from a classic physique competition, and he came in at 5.5% on DEXA and 3.1% on
No,
BIA.
but like women need that like that percentage. Yeah.
5.5. Ooh, shredded, man. I told you. That's awesome.
This is an extreme, borderline
5% is
dangerous level of
crazy.
leanness, and it generally only makes sense in the
But his
context
abs,
of
like, I
bodybuilding
mean, yeah, his
context.
abs are showing
At
though.
this level, you'll have dense, grainy muscle separation, and honestly, it's very, very difficult to achieve.
At that
without
point, it's just
anabolic
like you.
assistance,
What were you looking
simply
at your
because
veins at
as
this
you
point,
naturally
right?
Cut down below 6, 7, or 8%, your body starts to eat away at your muscle. No matter what you do, the side effects to get this lean are going to be rough. Your body's going to be sending you every possible signal to please go eat, all hours of day and night. And it's interesting because the
But
fitness
like,
industry
you only do this
praises
for
leanness
competition,
so
right?
much, a lot
And
of
that's
people
crazy.
think
All the way from
the leaner
50 to
you get,
5%.
the healthier you get. But that isn't
That's
true.
The body
no,
fat that
that's
I'm at right now
50%
is not
less.
attainable long term. The little tasks in life become
No,
the
that's
most challenging.
45%
Getting out of
body
your
fat
car to
less.
walk into work. It's like you got to sit there and think, oh shit, I got to go do this.
Mm.
You know what the irony is? We both go through the same problems, but we both have different goals and journeys in life.
And this is where it gets crazy because I do think this level of leanness, especially
How?
combined with certain.
I mean, yeah, I
special
guess
supplements,
how, but like
can
that's
cause
fucking
people to act in
crazy.
ways they no longer
I mean, I'd rather look like this and have
After
those
filming
problems
this
though.
video,
So
Lachlan ran into Ollie, our 9% subject, at the gym and acted completely out of line.
My studio is for posing and for other stuff, not to be on a phone call. Why can't you go down there? You don't need the lighting for this. Go somewhere else. This is the posing room. This is not, dude. The posing is downstairs. I'm not trying to be a big. Get your skinny ass here before I snap. Okay, so what? Can you talk to me like a brother? No, you're not brother, dude. Why are you being so? This isn't a live streaming spot, dude. If you want to go do that, you can do that outside. You can do that over there. I need the lighting to pose.
The incident
fuck
ended
is
up
wrong
going
with this
viral on
guy?
social media, and to be honest, my initial reaction was to think it was staged. What are the chances that 2 subjects from this video just happen to run into each other and get in an altercation the very next week? So after the incident, I wanted to give them both a call to make sure everything was all right and to get their thoughts on why this happened.
What would I say to him? Well, I would apologize and tell him that I apologize for the way I handled things, because I do take responsibility. That was not who I am. I reacted out of emotion and not logic. And that happens to people sometimes. It happened to me. I feel bad. I'll learn from it. I'll grow from it. That's how I roll. Okay.
First of all, I didn't expect the video to do the way it did. I don't feel so good about it because he's getting a lot of hate.
Ali had a good attitude about the situation.
I mean,
too,
anybody will
reiterating
get
that
like
it's
be
never
fucking
okay to
like
body shame
hating
someone.
on this shit.
We
Because
want
what the
the
fuck
gym
is
to be a
this guy
place
mad
where
about?
Everyone feels safe and welcome, no matter their shape or their size.
Yeah. You know what's funny, Jeff, is like I've never had any sort of experience with feeling any different while using that sort of supplementation. But it's almost like this video made me think, like, oh man, maybe I did roid rage. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if roid rage is like a real thing or not. Like, I haven't seen much in the
That
way
shit
of,
is
like,
definitely
actual
real,
science
bro.
about it.
That
but
shit happened to one of my boys the other day when I
anecdotally,
went to
like,
you. I was
do
like,
tend
bro,
to
what the
see
fuck
that,
is wrong
like,
with
the
this
higher
nigga?
dosage guys,
Nigga
like,
mad
they
at us
tend
for
to let their
because the
temper
place
get
is
the best of
closed. The fuck am I
them
supposed to
more
do about
often,
that?
but it seems to be very
Open it?
individual. I mean, I agree with you. Like, it's not an excuse, and it should be like that type of behavior is not acceptable for sure, obviously. But I think like it's a contributing factor, you know, like it is a contributing factor. Okay, so with all this in mind, if you want the best combination of health, performance, and aesthetics, what's the ideal body fat percentage for you? Well, I know
For
I
me, it's
detailed a lot of different body
less
fat
than
percentages in
50%.
this video, but honestly, the precise number doesn't matter as much as you think. That said, for most women, 20 to 30% is usually the sweet spot. But genetic differences are huge.
Yeah, honestly, for a
so
woman,
if
I
you
think
fall
20
outside
should
that
be,
range. It doesn't
or
necessarily mean you're automatically
22% should
unhealthy.
be.
Not at all. In fact, the American College of Sports Medicine recommends 20 to 32% as the optimal healthy range for women. Going a bit higher or a
22%,
bit
yeah.
lower isn't game over. For men, the ACSM cites 10 to 22% as the healthy range. I think 10 to 20% is the sweet spot though. If your main goal is lean aesthetics, aim for the lower end of that range, so 10 to 15%.
Yeah, but I still want to be able to
If
like
your main goal is maximum
be able to
strength
handle a
performance,
guy
the
fucking
upper end of that
posing
range might be a
like
bit
going
better.
live on a
So
stream
15 to 20%.
without me
Sets
getting
the
mad.
body
So
fat
I think like
currently
around 10
online
to
really aren't the
20%.
best. Here's
Ooh,
one that I
I'd
put
be at.
together using the real
10
life
to 15,
subjects in this video
realistically.
if you want a screenshot. But honestly, if you're trying to get healthier, I think rather than fixating on a specific
Bro,
on a screenshot.
he was
but
in the
honestly,
fucking same clip with him and he didn't
if
notice.
you're trying to get
But yeah,
healthier,
that's
I think rather than
the
fixating on a
fuck?
specific body fat percentage, you should focus on how you're moving, how you're training, how you're eating, and how you're feeling. What matters isn't the perfect percentage. It's finding a range where you can live a healthy and balanced life. Body fat percentage is just one piece of the puzzle. It doesn't
Right.
define your
okay. I mean, there you guys have it. Bro, we posting videos not every day, but every other day we're gonna be posting a reaction video. Okay, so miss you guys so much. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys. Thanks. Yeah, you guys see me again eventually.